housing seems to be adding insult to the injury of most of the Indian home buyers who cannot afford to buy a house. Most of the industry reports are claiming that the share of luxury housing has gone up. As a matter of fact, a new industry report claims that in the last 5 years, the share of luxury housing has gone up from 7% to 21%. And the same report also says that the share of affordable housing has gone down from 37% to 20% in the same period of 5 years. Now, this is something which indicates a clear imbalance in the Indian housing market in particular and Indian economy in general. The concentration of wealth is moving up the value chain, moving up the pyramid. Rich are getting more richer, and most of the majority of the middle class cannot afford to buy a house. As a matter of fact, today, even in the most affordable markets of India, say for example Noida, a decent 2 BHK apartment costs no less than 1 crore. If we look at the last 5 years, the fundamental question that comes is whether the wage growth has been in proportion to the growth in the Indian housing market, whether the wage growth has been in sync with the appreciation of property prices. The answer is a clear no. And hence, most of the salaried middle class are phasing out of the housing market. And this is reflecting in not just the buying selling statistics. Since they cannot afford to buy a house and urban migration is a reality, the rentals have also gone up. The average rentals across the country that was between 1% to 2.3% in pre-COVID era has now gone from minimum 2.7% to 4.2%. Doesn't it clearly indicate that most of the Indians are not in a position to buy a house and they are now shifting to rental housing? Developers have their own reasons to justify the luxury launches. The land cost has gone up, construction cost has gone up. But the reality is that the greed of the developers have also gone up. Nobody wants to launch an affordable project today. If we look closer to most of these reports, the imbalance, I can understand that luxury markets like Mumbai or Bangalore can be witnessed to surge in luxury launches. But this imbalance is mostly today in NCR, which is supposed to be one of the most affordable housing market. The developers are justifying that property prices are increasing, there is more ROI, appreciation factor. But when they talk about appreciation and ROI, they mostly address to the investors and not the home buyers. My question is that whether housing is a trading commodity in this part of the world, and if not, are the policy makers listening? We have come to a point where rich people are parking their money in the housing. Once again, the trend that we had seen in pre-2010 era, when real estate was the best bet to park money, it was a trading commodity, and the same pattern I am seeing yet again. Is this sustainable? Forget the ethics of not supplying houses to the vast majority of Indians. My fundamental question is that as a business practice, is this sustainable? In any business where you are not catering to vast majority of the buyers, where the real demand is, and you are only offering at the top of the pyramid, the business might give you a better return in the short term, but in the long term, I don't think this business model is sustainable.